Back-to-back wins for the Bulls over the hapless Wizards, who are just an abysmal team to watch. My goodness. So as much as we're all kind of hoping for losses for the Bulls, given their neck and neck right now with the Milwaukee Bucks and the tank standings, there's just no way that this Wizards team is going to be winning games. I hate that it comes to this. I hate that it's gotten to this point, because there were times during the game where it was a little bit closer and the Wizards would turn the ball over and let the Bulls go on a breakaway, and I would be annoyed. Because I was hoping the Bulls would steal a loss here, which is a weird thing to say in and of itself. But I hate that we've gotten to this point where I'm cheering against my team, the team that I've been a diehard fan of for so long. I'm cheering for the opponent to beat them. Man, I was still cheering for this team when they were winning a few games here and there, even after the deadline, because we were seeing great strides from Modest and Josh, big-time games from them. The game against the Warriors, the home game against the Rockets come to mind. I was like, whatever, man. I'll take that over a few extra percentage points in the lottery. And at the end of the day, it likely doesn't really matter anyway. It's still going to be a tall order to actually move into the top four, especially getting the number one pick. But it just sucks anytime you have to root against your team. I know it's for the potential long-term benefit, but still, it's not fun either way. Anyway, enough about that, about this game. I mean, pretty gross game to watch, meaning that on both sides, really, both teams have multiple players out of the lineup. This is a game where you saw two-way players, G League players, getting significant minutes. The offense was atrocious, especially in the first half. The Bulls offense picked up nicely in the second half, and you saw some great transition plays, some great ball movement, better shot selection. Shots started falling, and hey, man, give me all of the Leonard Miller minutes. I'm here for it. New career high for Miller, playing with force, getting into the teeth of the defense, although I don't really know if you can call that defense from the Wizards, but man, that footwork from Miller, sometimes I kind of wince a little bit because of his movements are a bit unorthodox, but then he makes the play and finishes at the basket. And as I've said before, I don't care if he's not the most skilled or the most athletic. He plays hard, he's not afraid to be aggressive, and he's becoming more and more efficient on offense. 27 points on 11 for 14 shooting, 2 for 2 from 3. Also 11 rebounds, 3 assists, and a block and a steal. 4 offensive rebounds. I love that he's great on the glass and getting second chance opportunities. This is literally the only guy I'm excited about for next season, aside from Modest and Josh Giddey, of course. I mean the guys that I'm excited about that are new players that were added after the deadline. Bulls need to get out in front of this, decline that team option, and work with his agent on a longer, team-friendly deal. He's got that $2.4 million team option. Sure, the Bulls could pick it up, make it a prove-it year for him before he becomes an unrestricted free agent, but it might be in their best interest to lock him up now. Give him something like $4 to $5 million annually on a 3 or 4 year deal. Still a very tradable contract on the line if needed. He's productive enough to justify that kind of contract, especially at age 22 when he still hasn't entered his prime yet. So good game for Miller, even if it is an April basketball game, that doesn't mean anything. He's showing up well. And then Tre Jones, man, just further proving why the Bulls, whoever's going to be taking over the team, need to seriously consider trading this guy while his value is high on such a cheap contract. You have to think about maximizing the return while he still has 2 years left on his deal after the season. Don't have this run into another situation like Kobe or Ayo, where you're forced to trade them for minimal return because you don't want to have them walk for nothing in free agency. And I'm saying this as someone who loves Tre Jones. He's been one of my favorite players all season. He gets it. He knows his role, plays hard, high IQ player, and when you see those numbers continuing to tick up, you have to think other executives around the league are going to be looking for a backup point guard that can get you some buckets. 31 points for Tre Jones tonight on 9 for 14 shooting, got to the free throw line 12 times, made all 12 of his free throws, and was a team high, plus 19 on the night. And then Collin Sexton, I still go back and forth on this guy, whether I want the Bulls to keep him next year. I mean, it's only if the contract is reasonable, but as I've said so many times, give me that heart and passion that he plays with. And he knows how to get buckets and do so in a hurry. A great scoring spark off the bench. And for anybody who was mad that he played so many minutes tonight, which I don't think there were, but I can see some people getting frustrated with Sexton getting all these minutes when you're trying to lose games. But come on now, the Bulls aren't losing to the Wizards. No one is losing to that Wizards team. No one. I couldn't name half the guys that were out on the floor for them tonight. So Sexton, jury is still out for me on whether I want to see him come back At the end of the day, I don't think he will. He's going to want more money than the Bulls are going to be willing to give him, even though they'll have the cap space to make a strong offer, but he's likely going to want to go somewhere where he can win for a guy that really has been on losing teams his entire career. By the way, I say this talking about what the Bulls should and shouldn't do with their decision making, but I don't actually know who's going to be making these types of decisions in the interim while they try and find a new GM. Like, is it Michael Reinsdorf? Is it the assistant GMs that were not let go, as of yet anyway? Are they letting Billy Donovan make these decisions because they're letting him do whatever he wants and they're just giving him the keys to the entire city of Chicago? I don't know who's going to be making the team personnel decisions because it's probably going to be a few weeks before they actually name a new executive. And there are going to be decisions that need to be made between now and then. It'll be interesting to see how this plays out and also how long it's going to take to actually find someone. Rob Dillingham, after having the best game of his career, new career high, good shooting night for him the other night against the Wizards, follows it up with this 27 minutes, 5 points, shoots 2 for 10, 6 turnovers against, in the words of Matt Peck, these Wizards. Yikes. Some blown layups, couldn't get inside as easily, really bad passes where he was throwing it to guys' feet. Yeah, just when you thought you might be seeing a turnaround from Rob Dillingham, he follows it up with this kind of performance. The real test for him is going to be this offseason, though, seeing how he shows up in training camp and working on every facet of his game because he needs to. Anyway, the Bulls, they get the win. These standings are getting interesting between them and the Bucks. It's really between them and Milwaukee at this point. Bulls are either going to finish with the 9th or 10th best odds, a difference in 6% of moving into the top 4. The Bulls have the Magic and the Mavs on the docket for their final 2 games. Oh boy, that Mavs game could be a win, especially with the fact that they're tanking as well. And you guys all know I would love to see the Bulls beat the Magic. Lottery odds be damned. I just want to see them beat that team. And then the Bucks have the Nets, who have been awful, but they also just beat the Bucks recently. And then they also have the Sixers, who have been struggling and are now without Joel Embiid. It's a toss-up. They're tied right now in the standings. Have to hope the Bucks somehow win one of those games while the Bulls lose both. Otherwise, we're looking at another potential tiebreaker coin flip, which the Bulls have historically not had good luck with that. I don't need to remind everyone of that. Anyway, let me know what you guys thought of the game. Let me know in the comments. As always, be sure to subscribe, and I will see you in the next one.